State Film Festival, and here with me today, welcome back, guys, Billy Kubaki, Seamus Duffy, Cullen Hussey, and Luke Whitney. Long time no see. So, guys, with Brotherly Love, Seamus, you directed this and co-wrote it with Billy. So, would you like to talk about this film to all of our live viewers?
Yes. So what I like to always say before I talk about this film is that this film is 100% a true story. I say 98% of what happens in that film is what actually happened. So after that, when I lost my phone and everything, how I got it back, when I'm on my way back to my dorm on the subway train, texting my people like what happened, I'm like, it just clicked in my head, like this should be a film, like this has to be a film. I think also at that time too, I had to come up with some class project or something, and it fit the criteria of said project. But then I'm like, no, but in reality, I'm like, I want to finally make my own film about like my own concept of what happened. And I knew I had these guys to help me, and Luke as well, of course, and it got it done. We got it done, and I was just really thankful that they put their time and work into making it possible.
And with this one, where did you guys how would you say this film brought upon any new experiences for you?
For me, talking to strangers and asking for help. Really, because one of the actors was just this random person that was walking around Philly, because our said actor supposed to play that person.
He texted Seamus and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late," and then 10 minutes came by. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be 30 minutes late." And
it was just a whole hassle. It was just a whole hassle. We were just chilling there, being like, "How are we gonna get this done?" And Billy points out this guy, and he goes, "I've talked to this guy 5 minutes ago. He's walking back. Should I ask him if he should be part of it?" And at this point, I was this close. I was really this close to blowing the fuse. So I was just like, "Yeah, sure, just do it. We need something." And he went over, and we had the guy, and he walked me across Cecil B. Moore.
Yeah, he was very nice, and he read his. I gave him my copy of the script that said, "Here are your lines," and Seamus will direct it. And
which is honestly really great, because it makes the making of the story reflect the themes perfectly of the actual film.
Yeah, that's true.
Brotherly love.
I mean, I'm glad this went well for you. Talking to strangers can,
good
or bad. But obviously, you guys had a good experience. And you filmed this in the city?
Yeah,
in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Awesome.
And which was also wild too, because you don't know who to expect in a person from Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
That's why really good. I talk to this guy. I'm like, just please work. Just please work. Please let this guy be chill. Let this guy help us. And he did. And I was like, this is brotherly love. This is what's happening right now.
The city of brotherly love, which totally makes sense for the title of the film. So, how was it for you filming in the city? How was the experience for you all?
I mean, I had a blast.
Kind of crazy. Yeah.
I mean,
it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. It was interesting. People in the city are generally really nice, but Philly has a reputation for a reason, and so when you're in the area, there's just a lot of weird people that'll walk up to you, start just shouting random words at you while you're filming, they might just walk up and ask just nicely "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Or they'll walk up to you and ask you about the end of the world and things like that.
For me, it was fun, because I kind of just had, if anyone were to come up to us, because, I was the one with the camera, I was like, I got stuff to do. You talk to them. So, I was, in my own world doing, physically filming.
It was very producing wise, I was because I'm worried about us getting on time, making these shots, and then I'm also worrying that our equipment doesn't get stolen, and then Seamus is all good directing, and then also making sure no one is getting hurt by strangers or like off a stranger off like do drugs or anything. So just making sure everything was safe and
just the fact that it was technically our first time filming in a city environment in general, and it came out successful was just a very good pat on the back for us.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, something that I guess I didn't ask you. How did you guys find the Garden State Film Festival?
my school, honestly, the one that I'm attending now, they just sent out an email. They usually just send out emails on like discounts on, festivals. Here, hey, here's a festival here, here's a festival there. And I got this email. They gave me some codes, and I first of all, I wanted to just submit Brotherly Love selfishly, and then I just immediately thought, yo, Billy also wants to get Earl, and Billy's always wanted to get Earl into a festival too. Let's just see what we can do. Turns out both of them made it, and here we are.
Congratulations. So I know
now we're going up against each other. We're rivals.
there will be a fight.
But so with Brotherly Love, do you have any future plans for this project?
For me, no. I want to say no, sadly, but I am very proud of how this film turned out because it took a very, very, very long time to be like, okay, this is the final export. Because Luke, you could mention something about it too. I had to go back to his house. You can say it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it was mainly just technical difficulties. We had the edit all like set up and done for a while, but there were just some parts of the film that were just like not blacked out, but there were just like weird glitches on the screen. That was the main thing that we had difficulty with. With the actual editing part, it was pretty smooth, like all of our other stuff. One of us would get the first draft done and show the other, be like, change this. Oh, I think we should do this. It was the export that took like, I would want to say 10 times to just export it.
No, everything that he's saying is so true because I'd be at his crib and we're editing and he exports it and I'm like, all right, yes, I finally have the final export. And I go home and I'm looking at it and I see like a frame of a scene just glitches or something. I'm like, it's definitely not our fault. That's for sure. And I'm just like, all right, we gotta go back and we gotta just fix that.
Was this your first time directing, Seamus?
Yes, honestly, yes. Like other high school and class projects, I've had to make for myself. Like I've had to make them, but to get a group of people and be like, hey, we're planning this. I want to make this. Here's the script. Here's all this. Here's what we're doing. I don't know. It felt like a very professional film that I was creating, and I'm proud of it.
You should you should always absolutely be proud of your work. You know what I mean? Here you are, you got like both of you. I mean, you've gotten your works into the Garden State Film Festival. Like that is absolutely something to be proud of. So like with that said, since this is like your first, I guess, directorial work outside of school, I take, what would you say you learned, that strengthened you as a director? Besides talking to strangers.
It made me realize that I finally know how Billy feels in his shoes.
Oh my god.
It made me realize that being a director is a lot of hard work, and especially pre-production wise. And so I'm always thinking, can I do it again? Can I direct again? And I guess that's what I got to find out for my next project, whatever that shall be, And it's basically. I can't really think of anything else. I'm just really proud of everybody, and I can't say thank you enough for every single one of them.
Absolutely. I mean, so like with that, what is it that you want your audience to take from Brotherly Love?
Ooh, that's a
I mean, I guess just no, not talk to strangers.
Definitely not that.
What does brotherly love mean to you that you want your audience to also feel?
For me, at least, is just an introduction to myself into the film world, being like, hey, this is who I am. This is a film that I've created and thought of and made with the help of these people. What do you think? That's basically it. That's why
I mean, the title really does, I feel, establish what it's about. Is that brotherly love is just helping and getting help from people that you aren't expecting to receive help from. And it just, and the making of the film, I guess, proved the message right, if you will. And kind of it, it's just a film about, people can be great, and sometimes we need to remember that.
Of course, you basically just go.
That was perfect.
I gotta ask. So since you guys say that you were in a major city and you pulled a random stranger, does this random stranger know that he's going to be featured in a film festival?
Yes.
I don't know about the festival, but I did tell him about the film, and I gave him our YouTube channel. So I don't know if he knows about that it's in a festival, but I know he knows that it is a film.
Yes.
So
he has seen the final export.
Okay. I mean, I hope that if he sees this, hello, welcome to the film festival. But so with that said, you guys, when did you film Brotherly Love? Like, when did that happen?
November of
it was the week before Thanksgiving of 2022, I'd say.
No, 2021.
Yeah, 2021. It was 2021.
Yeah, it was November of 2021.
Edit, like they were saying, took quite a while.
Yeah.
So it was
finishing it in general took that whole. That's why I was like, I can't come back to this because I'm like, it took so much longer to.
So this was November 2021. You're saying?
Yeah.
But the final export. But the final.
We didn't actually finish it until 2022.
Yeah, because of all of the technical stuff that you were talking about. But with that said, how did COVID affect this? Because COVID, was pretty running rampant. Especially, I feel like Philly had a lot of restrictions. Weren't there not?
Not so many. It was more of just we had to make sure we were masked and vaccinated, and that was really.
Yeah, I know. Getting to locations, we tried to stay masked. The crew was small. I'd say it was basically just essential people that needed to be on set were really there.
Yeah.
Camera guy, sound, actor, kind of
6 people.
And all of these extra people that, aren't with us right now, like, are they all people that you know through school?
Yeah, I mean, Eddie, the boom guy.
Eddie, shout out Eddie.
Yeah, our sound guy, our designated sound guy.
He got lost at one point, and it was a whole thing.
Oh yeah, he did get lost. I forgot about that.
He met us all. He was one of the members that met at our tech school. So
yeah, so it sucks. He just couldn't make it.
Yeah,
that's all. But no, we did. But
yeah, he's busy at college.
Yeah,
he's been doing his own thing.
So like with that said, with brotherly love, like, what would you say you can? I mean, besides, who handled the editing for Brotherly Love? That was you guys both. So
yeah,
I mean,
collaboration.
What would you say, because of the technical glitches and you had, to grab a random stranger to get into this and you were in the city, what is something that you would have done differently if you could go back and do it again because you learned from it?
I know you're
with the editing. I mean, it was really just the software that I was using that was doing all the glitches. So I mean, with editing, there wasn't really much that we could do. I mean, maybe I could have rendered the specific shot that was glitching out, but that's about it with the editing.
Okay, so a different software.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess for me, I guess it just would have been a thing of just I didn't get to prepare much because I was still in high school. And so it was just kind of, so I went there. I can't spoil too much. So actually I'll bite my tongue, I guess. But it was a very different character.
I think how I would change it is, for me at least, is planning on finishing it. Really, it's just like I remember I would text Luke sometimes being like, hey, can we plan this day and stuff like that. Like basically just the editing days were very stressful to, get done together, and also doing the final export as well.
And Billy, I mean, anything for you?
I mean, I don't really think there's anything I would do differently, because ultimately it did come out from my end. It did come out the way we wanted it to. We got the shots we needed, and we did it in a timely manner. We did it in the days that we planned on doing. So from my end, I mean, everything went smoothly. But everyone else just had a terrible time. I did fine. I did my part.
You did your part.
Guys, I mean, like, it has been such a pleasure to talk to you guys. And, you want to talk about, like, a movie that, like, did not go as planned at all. Look into, like, what happened with Jaws. So, thank you guys. Some things you already know. So, but thank you guys so much for joining with me today. It has been such a pleasure. You guys are, again, like, such a great bunch to talk to. You guys can all come see Brotherly Love on Saturday, March 25th. Screening at Asbury Lanes during the same block as Earl from 12:15 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Guys, I do look so forward to meeting you in person, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks.
Thank you
as well.
This was great.